I'm going to need you to be prepared to tune into Momming with Melanin, the Black Mom's Perspective. Hey girl, listen, moms are everyone's person. Baby mama drama, we're talking about parenting versus new school parenting, baby fever, how not to lose yourself when you have a baby. With me, Angie P. Black Mom's Perspective. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Momming with Melanin, the Black Mom's Perspective. I'm your host, Angie P. Hey y'all. Hey girl, hey. So, quick check-in. Today is Monday, technically Super Bowl Monday. I don't know if that's a thing, but that's what I call it because today is the day that everyone is ranting and raving about the halftime show, about the commercials. So I used to be a big Super Bowl fan, a big football fan, a Buccaneers fan, then the Cowboys, the Titans, and so forth. But after my cousin passed away, who just encouraged my passion for football, it's not the same. So I don't really do football. I do watch the commercials. And yeah, I'm not a big football fan. So I did not watch anything involving Super Bowl yesterday because mommy was on duty. I had wash day for my daughter. I had a training session, just a whole bunch of mom things and business things and wife things and all that good stuff. But I want to know, how was your Super Bowl weekend? How was your Sunday? Moms, I always advocate for us and say that we need outlets and breaks, but yesterday was the day for dads. So that could be their outlet. You know, I hope us moms and women didn't give them a hard time because the same way we have our outlets and we need our moments, they do too. So we do need to be fair in making sure they got to enjoy that as well. Like, sis, don't stand in front of the TV. Let the man enjoy the game. Don't ask him questions. Do not ask what a first down is. Just let him enjoy the game. So, you know, as I said, I hope you guys were being fair. Definitely let me know. I wanted to do a check-in. How was your Super Bowl Sunday? One of my dear friends had a family member in the halftime show, so I know they did like a whole shindig with like food and fun. And as I said, for me, it was wash day for my toddler and just gathering my life for the week, meal prepping, because I'm on this whole wellness journey with my coach, Motivation by Moses. So, you know, just been kind of getting my life together. Not only was yesterday Super Bowl Sunday, and today is Super Bowl Monday, because I just coined that. I don't know if it's a thing, but it is also Valentine's Day. So if you are a wise woman, you let the man enjoy the football game yesterday and all that good stuff, because we know today is our day and we're going to get all the things, right? Valentine's Day is absolutely for women most of the time. Like I, of course, got my husband a gift, a surprise that he wasn't expecting. And I'm excited because, he deserves it. He's such a good husband and dad. But yeah, most of the time, Valentine's Day is for us. So I feel good about being able to get dressed tonight after work and go out with my husband and not be mommy for a few hours, and just be his wife and his girlfriend and his boo and be cute. So I'm excited to just, date my husband. That is a thing. So I hope you guys enjoy your Valentine's Day as well. Forget about your worries and your stressors and your kids and focus on your partner, because that is important, and making sure you don't lose yourself. You don't lose that relationship with your partner. So that leads us into today's topic. Today I'm talking about the importance of maintaining your identity while walking through motherhood, okay? Because it's hard. And I'm going to provide you with 3 tips to apply to not lose yourself after having a baby. Now, here is the thing. You guys know I do mom coaching, mom mentorship, advocacy, specifically catering to the Black mom and needs. Life coach, mom coach, all of those things. But as I said, it's so easy to lose yourself, even in pregnancy, depending on your situation, and after having a baby. And it could have been me, less than 6 months after having my daughter. The pandemic happened and we were on lockdown. So, of course, I was anxious about people coming over and having that support system and help. And then my husband was the only one going out to work at the time. And then that anxiety of, oh, take your clothes off. Like I literally was like spraying my husband down at the door, take your clothes off in the hallway, like madness to protect the baby and ourselves. And this was long before they even knew exactly how to manage COVID. And they were like, oh, just, you don't have to wear mask or anything. I was not playing, guys. Like healthcare is my niche. So I was just like on it. And I thank God that to this day, no one in my immediate family, my husband, myself, our baby, has caught COVID. And it is only by the grace of God and the little wisdom that He's given me. I'm going to provide you with 3 tips to apply to not lose yourself after a baby. And as I said, I definitely can give you 50 more, but that is for a whole session. 3 tips to apply to not lose yourself after having a baby. This is, it was tough for me to get you guys 3 tips, but here's 3. The first one is maintain your goals, okay? Maintain your goals. We're not born mothers. It doesn't come with a book or a guide or a navigation system, right? Motherhood is a journey, and it is something that you have to embrace and walk through. But before you were a mother, you had goals, right? You had dreams, you had aspirations, and not just moms. This also applies for fatherhood. Before fatherhood or motherhood or parenthood, you had those dreams, those goals, those aspirations, and you don't want to lose sight of those things. Okay, although you are a parent, it doesn't mean you have to cancel those goals or cancel those dreams or that aspiration that you have. It may take longer. Let's be realistic. It may take some tweaking because now your priorities have shifted. But that's a delay. That is not a denial. Don't cancel out your goals. It just takes some shifting. You have to shift things around. So in order to not lose yourself as a parent, you want to make sure you are maintaining your goals, the goals that you had before you became a parent, and stick to your goals. The thing that you may have to do is remove the deadline you had placed on them. I know personally, I'm someone that's like, oh, I want to do this in the next year. I want to do that in the next 2, 3, 4. And then I had a child, my husband and I, and with having a daughter, of course, we have things we want to do collectively and individually. And guess what? Both of those, types of goals require some tweaking, because although they're still there, that is our goal, it's not our priority. But it does not mean that I cancel my goals. I maintain my goals, and I've realized that, okay, the thing I wanted to do in 6 months may take a year because I kind of have to work around my daughter's schedule or what have you. So just maintain your goals and make sure the goals are flexible. Okay, that is the first tip. The second tip I will offer you guys is self-care. I am a huge advocate for self-care. Now, there is a huge difference between self-care and maintenance, and I feel like society they get it mixed up. Self-care and maintenance are very different, okay? Taking time to do your hair, to do your nails, that's maintenance. Self-care is making sure you're eating a fully nutritious meal, meditating, prayer, just journaling, writing in your planner and notebook and things like that. Those are things that are acts of self-care. Okay. Now, as a mom, as a new parent, you may feel overwhelmed, you may feel stressed. So you want to make sure that even if that self-care is taking 15 to 20 minutes out of the day for silence or prayer or meditation, that you're applying it. Self-care is everything. And I know people are like, oh, well, I do self-care once a week. Not realistic to do when you're a new parent, right? It may not be a realistic thing to go, okay, well, every week I get a massage. Everyone's support system is different. Everyone's, financial situation may be different. All of these things can contribute to whether or not you can do something like a masseuse once a week. But I do suggest applying an act of self-care daily, especially after you have had a baby, because it can be overwhelming. It is an adjustment. You're now caring for someone else as well as yourself. My suggestion is to make sure you're applying some type of self-care routine daily. Did I say it? Daily. Every day. Okay? As I said, whether that's when the baby is napping, I'm going to do 15 minutes of yoga. When the baby is napping, I'm going to meditate. I'm going to put on gospel music and pray. I'm going to, make a smoothie, have a protein shake, take a walk. All of those things are acts of self-care because they're promoting your wellness. They're promoting your physical, your mental, and emotional wellness. So when you are a new parent, mother, and father, you need to have some type of routine where you are applying some self-care daily. It doesn't have to be all day long. It doesn't have to be an hour. 15 minutes of whatever works for you. Prayer, meditate, scream, yell, write. Apply it daily because that is your you time, and that's going to help you not lose yourself because you're not just a parent. And by taking those breaks from it all and focusing on you for those minutes, it will make you a better parent. So that is tip number 2 from me. Self-care is everything. Apply self-care daily, especially as a new parent after having a baby. Lastly, my third tip is to reconnect and embrace change, okay? Now, this goes for both moms and dads as well, because once you have a baby, your body, from the beginning, right, of conception, your body is constantly changing. Once you have this baby, there's a lot of changes that happen that people, you may hear about, but when you experience it, it's different. People told you about, but you didn't expect it to be this intense or what have you. And that starts with, postpartum. You can have, this hormonal change happening. You may have night sweats. You may have hair loss. Just so many things going on postpartum. So your body is constantly changing emotionally. You may be changing that transition from getting a lot of attention, right, when you're pregnant to now the focus is now on the baby. That transition from just taking care of yourself and your little bump to now changing diapers and feeding every 2 hours, every 3 hours, or what have you. So those are a lot of changes internally and externally that are happening. So you want to embrace those changes, going against the grain, complaining about the changes. It's not going to be helpful, but if you embrace them, okay, this is a new journey, embrace everything, take everything in, and just adjust accordingly, it may work for you. Secondly, you want to reconnect with your partner. As I said, you're physically, emotionally, and mentally going through a lot of changes. So you want those changes to not draw a wedge between you and your partner, because life has ups and downs no matter what, right? Balance is important. So you want to make sure after a baby that you are sharing your experience with your partner. I think that will prevent that wedge that can be drawn between the two, and embrace those changes simultaneously. Your night sweats, whatever your body's going through, maybe share it with your partner, not any gross stuff, but share those things with your partner. I think it'll bring you closer. And with sharing that with sharing that experience with your partner and finding a new routine, because this is all new. Your body is going through something new. You're adjusting to a feeding schedule. You're dealing with, everything else. And then if your partner is still working and what have you, it is a lot. So finding a way to share some of the experience with your partner and a new routine will definitely help you maintain that intimacy in your relationship, and that communication as well in your relationship. Just sharing, because you guys are in this together. It takes two. Okay? So, as I said, it is so important to maintain. It is vital that we maintain our identity after having a child. Okay, now this goes for mothers and fathers. Make sure you're still hanging out with your friends and you're communicating and you're taking those breaks. Maintain your goals that you had long before you were a parent. Make sure you're applying self-care, some routine, daily, not once a week, not once a month, daily. And I know even if you're overwhelmed and you don't have a lot of support, if the baby is napping, don't do that crap of you sleep when the baby sleep, because who's washing the dishes and cleaning? That's not realistic. But if your baby is napping, you feel overwhelmed, sometimes you may have to just let the dishes sit in the sink. You may have to take those 10 or 15 minutes to apply some type of self-care routine, okay? It will make you a more focused parent. You can parent more effectively that way. And then lastly, you want to reconnect with your partner and embrace those changes and just bring them in. Don't create a wedge. Bring them into this journey with the transition of your body. Whatever you're feeling, just share it, and communicate effectively. I know my husband and I, when we first had our daughter and we were not getting any sleep, we were very okay with telling each other, like, oh my God, I'm so tired. And we figured out how to work it out. Like, he took day shift, I took night shift, and we still managed to, in between, have time for us. So you want to make sure you're still maintaining your relationship. As I said, there's a lot of tips I can provide for you guys, but these are 3 tips to apply to not lose yourself after having a baby. I want to hear your thoughts, honestly. I want to know, what are some things you are doing to make sure you don't lose yourself since you've had your baby? And how are you maintaining your relationship with your partner since having a baby? Because I think that can do 2 things. It can either draw you together or it can draw a wedge between you. So I definitely want to know. I want to hear your thoughts. Make sure you leave me a voicemail, 347-719-3350. And remember, just because the content stops doesn't mean the conversation has to. Follow the CWF Network on Instagram at CWFP_. And while you're at it, follow me at Momming with Melanin. And remember, give yourself grace. Momming is a marathon, not a race.
This is the CWF Network, where we bring you big content in small pieces. Follow us on Instagram at CWFP_. Okay, bye.